Hello, everyone. This is another test for the paranormal point of view. I still think I'm having some technical difficulties here. It took me a while to get on the stream here. Uh, if anybody out there tunes in, let me know what you're hearing or seeing out there. Okay, and anyway, okay. Let's see what we got going here. I'm gonna talk for a little bit and see how this is doing. And sounds good. Okay, sounds good. I don't know what happened there. It got thrown off about three times. I don't know. But anyway, I had to move from hey and Edna and Mary, uh, Wizard Moon. Uh, Good evening. And I don't know what's going on with that. Got thrown off about three times trying to get on. Finally, it took. I've moved my operation to my laptop. I was doing this on a tablet, but I moved it to. Was having so much trouble. I had a lot of trouble last night on my show, Demonology Today. I had to come on my phone actually. Um, but anyway, I thought I would try it here on the laptop, but I think I may be having router problems. I'm gonna probably have to look into purchasing a new router very soon. Definitely. But I'm trying to get ready, hopefully, for a special in the morning. It's going to be at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the morning. If I could pull it off, if it goes the way it's supposed to go. I'm not going to make any promises, but we're trying. Okay. Okay. Just do I sound good too? I mean, it's the sound all right. Let me know if you can, if the sound is okay as well as the video. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you, Prospecting USA. Okay, James. Thank you. Thank you, Aunt Edna. Okay, I just wanted to get on here and try this out for a little bit. And hey, Roger. Hopefully it will work out right in the morning. I hope so. Anyway, the reason I'm coming on so early in the morning, which will be 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, is because the guy that I'm going to present to you that's going to be on the show. It's going to be a very special show. This fellow is a very well known, very famous author and personality. And he's based in Birmingham, England. So they're like 5 hours ahead of me. So I had to get up kind of early in the morning to listen. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I hope it pans out. If not, we'll try to come up with something else. But I'm definitely going to have to look into purchasing a new router, I think. Because this router, I think I've got is 5 or 6 years old. So it's probably about time for it to go. You know how technology nowadays is made to be expendable because they make more money that way, of course. But that's the way that goes. But anyway, I hope you've all had or have a good start to your week. And I know it's Monday. It gets here again. That's what I said before about the weekend. The weekend's great, but it's only 2 days long. That's the problem with it. It should be longer, but that's the way it goes. Monday is always waiting for you at the end of the weekend. Definitely. Exactly, Wizard Moon. They want you to keep buying their tech. It's all a part of their little con game. Oh, yeah. And I've talked about that with some other people the other day. The same goes with the medical profession as well. They're always coming up with ways to get your money more efficiently for them. And here's the bad thing about it. I hate to say this. I don't want me to sound hypercritical, but I will be. Um, the whole thing in a nutshell is they laugh about us having to pay through the nose. Well, they probably, having the parties on their yachts or whatever. So they're making all their money off of us. And here's the bad thing about it, they're making the money off of the misery too when it comes to the medical stuff. They're good at that as well. That's what I told somebody the other day. You'll probably never ever hear a doctor come up and pat you on the back and say, "Well, you're doing fantastic. Don't come back and see me." You'll never hear that, okay? Because they don't make money that way, okay? Believe me, I know what I'm talking about. I was employed by the medical profession for 30 some odd years. I've been around it all my life. It seems like I know how they play their little game. Definitely, yeah, laughing all the way to the bank. Absolutely. I want to see if I can show your comment. There we go. I'm having to break in the laptop. I've never done this on the laptop. It's a lot slightly different uh, than the other thing, but I think it's better. I like this better than the tablet in a way. Uh, the tablet you might have seen me in the past. I have to kind of get very close and see look at what I'm doing because of the way the camera is on the tablet. I like this camera a whole lot better. It's definitely. I'm gonna say hang in here till about 10 minutes and we'll see how it goes. Okay. But anyway, uh, hey Roger Blair, how you doing? Uh, I hope you've been enjoying Paranormal Point of View. Although it only comes on once, twice a month, once every 2 weeks. Uh, we might, if it catches on, I might start making it a weekly show. Okay. And here's another thing I've been kind of thinking about is making my books available for purchase, signed copies, of course, through the podcast. That would probably be through Hunting the Shadows podcast. So if you like that idea, let me know. I may have some other things that are available as well. It's not just books, so we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Okay, or as they used to say, for a small donation. Okay, that way I can stay under the tax bracket. But anyway, you let me know what you think about that. You and I finished it well. I use some great Wi-Fi tools for Android. I have to do that. I'll have to look them up. Uh, uh, David Lester. I have to check that out. I'm gonna have to see what's going on here because last night was terrible. It kept knocking me off before I even got on the show. It was knocking me completely off, and the only way I finished the show, I had to go on on my phone, on my cell phone, and I do that. There's Sapphire F. How you doing? And it's morning for you, and it's evening for me. But we're in different time zones. But direct connection. Okay, got you. Okay, I'll have to check that out. I went on the app that comes with the with my internet service, but it's very lacking. It just gives you the speed. Doesn't help you with anything else. I checked the speed. The speed was very low one time, so that could be. I think the router is about getting ready to go under definitely. But I'm checking, trying playing with the buttons here. There's your comment. No, I'm not really. I guess you could say I'm not really a modern day vampire hunter per se, but if I have to, I will definitely. Um, I want to tell you something about vampires, Mike Jones, and I'm gonna have to do a show very soon on that. The last show I did on vampires was the vampire cults. I'm gonna have to do a show on the actual supernatural being, okay? Because that's a fascinating subject as well. But the interesting thing about that is They are very demonic entities. Okay, no matter which way you look at it. And the reason I've studied and know so much about vampires and have learned a lot about them is because they're part of demonology. You know, they are part of the demonic, they're part of the occult as well. So unfortunately, they are. But that's the way that goes. But you can call me Dennis Van Helsing if you want to every now and then. Make me feel good. Okay, I'm just kidding. But anyway, um, I would definitely had some dealings in the past with vampire spirits. I'll have to talk about that on that show as well. I have some run-ins with those. They're nasty little. I tell you, there's some of the most evil, downright evil and powerful evil spirits that you run into are the vampire spirits. There's nothing at all redeemable about them. Absolutely, Mike, definitely not. And okay, sweet pea. All right, I just wanted to get on here. It's coming up on I'm over 10 minutes now, so I'm gonna bow out and let you folks get back to whatever it is you've got to do this evening. One last question: have you added any new components to your setup that may interfere with your router? No, really, I haven't. The only thing that happened recently on the tablet, and that made me suspicious about that. There was a an update to it, you know, an update, and I don't know. Every time it seems like, and I'm gonna cut the updates off on some of this stuff because every time it seems like when they update you, they screw you up, you know, David, definitely. I'm gonna look into that some more, but I've got a feeling it's the router because it's cutting out a lot, cutting out back off and on, and it sounds like it's losing its feed there. You know, it's because it's hooked directly to the the modem. You know, so I have to pay like $80 a month for that darn thing. So they ought to get ought to work right, definitely. That squad includes Wild Man. Oh yeah, Mike. Yeah, that's coming up Wednesday night. If nothing happens, we're gonna have a fun show on that. The Wild Man. Yeah, I mean the Wild West. I think there's a distinct connection there between that. And here's one more thing to think about, Mike. And I'm gonna be talking about this Wednesday night. The Wild Man may actually be the remnants of Sasquatch and humans mating. Think about that. And you would get something, I think, out of that looks very much like a Neanderthal, wouldn't you not? I would think so. Now, what show was that, Mike? Yeah, Mary. I don't know what's the thing about the updates, you know. And here's the funny thing about it. I mean, it was working perfectly fine until that update. But that's why I switched to the laptop. But now it's kind of doing it on the laptop. So that tells me it's got to be the router. I think that's screwing up more so than the updates. David Devine broadcast. Okay, well, I will try to check that out shortly, Mike. I will check that out. Appreciate you telling me about that. Okay, well, I'm coming up on almost 15 minutes here. Phone he gets messed up. Oh yeah, they can't do anything right. I'm still using Windows 10. I heard bad news so far about Windows 11. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I was forced. We were forced to take it most of the time, and that's not right either. But that's the way that goes. You know, they make more money that way. That's the way what we said earlier. Definitely. You know, the American Moose Channel. Okay, I watched a rather good movie the other night. If you have a chance, you might want to check it out. It was kind of screwy, but it had some. It had its moments, but then again, it wasn't fantastic. But I think it was an independent movie. It was called Vampires. Let's see, what's the name of it? There are no such things as vampires. Okay, that was the name of it. It was kind of hokey. You might want to check it out, though. but I think it was on Prime or it was on Tubi or somewhere like that. I was messing around watching it, but I think it's only like an hour and 20 minutes long. So it's not. I think it was an independent made movie or something. They did a pretty fairly good job. It had an interesting storyline. All right, well, I'm going to bow out of here now, and uh, I think it's 10:05. Okay, we'll check that out, Mike. Definitely. Watch that. Definitely. We will look into it. And I will let you all get back to whatever it is you're doing. Good night, Aunt Edna. Have a pleasant evening. And all of you have a pleasant evening. And there's a lot of DNA comes back on the inside ape, and there you go. Yeah, that's one of my theories. Is some of this stuff may be that definitely. And here's one more thing we'll discuss: the big tie-in to all this stuff to the Nephilim. Okay, can't forget about that too. So we'll be talking about that. Nothing happens. Keep your fingers crossed. Definitely Wednesday night. Tomorrow. Tomorrow night. And after tomorrow. I mean Wednesday night. Get my days mixed up here. Wednesday night. We'll see what we can get into. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you giving me the feedback and let me check this out. I'm going to bow out now, and I appreciate you all for listening. Take care, and I hope you have a very pleasant evening, and the rest of the week goes splendid for you. Until we get together again, hang in there, and carpe noctem, embrace the mystery.